Hey, so I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've been doing this for 6 months now, and there's one thing that's been becoming kind of annoying for me, and it's my intro that I do. I know it's the same thing every single time, so I'm going to try to cut that out and break it up a little bit. I know I have my partnerships and everything that I have to give a shout out to. But I want to get into the picks a lot faster. But the one thing I want you guys to know before I get into the picks, for the new people, I do film these the day before, so I don't know the props that are out or anything like that. I'm just giving you the statistics and the data on good opportunities for the day. People have different player prop apps, so they get different player props. It's not like basketball where you're getting the same like points line all around unless you do like alt points. So I am filming this the day before, and these are just good opportunities for players that I feel like you should look at. So getting right into it, first pick's going to be Shohei Otani. Over the past week, he's hitting 400 average with a 464 on base percentage. He's hit 4 home runs in the past week. He plays for the Angels, and he's going up against Lance Lynn, who he has history against. He has 18 at-bats against him with 1 home run, a 444 average, and on base percentage. And to go on top of that, Lance Lynn is not good against left-handed batters. He gives up a 350 average and a 402 on base percentage to left-handed batters. And a new stat that I want to throw in there, just so if you're looking at like a hits, runs, and RBIs prop, just as for the RBIs part of it, how much is that team getting on base? So the Angels over the past 3 games, that's the best history I could find. I wanted to find the last week, but I couldn't find that. So past 3 games, the Angels rank 8th in on-base percentage. So there is a good opportunity here for RBIs if you want to go hits, runs, and RBIs for Shohei Otani. Second pick, stick with the same team. He just got traded recently, 3 days ago. Mike Moustakas of the Los Angeles Angels, and he's been playing great for them ever since he was traded over here, and he's been playing great this season. He's hitting 375 average and on base percentage over the past week, and he has good history against Lance Lynn, and he's a left-handed batter, so he's got 18 at-bats against him historically. He's hit 3 home runs off of him, with a 278 average and a 381 on base percentage. So good home run opportunity here for Mike Moustakas against Lance Lynn. Third pick's can be Nick Castellanos of the Phillies. Over the past week, he's hitting 263 average with a 333 on base percentage. He's going up against Kyle Hendricks, who he has 16 at-bats against historically. He's hit 1 home run off of him with a 313 average and a 353 on base percentage. Hendricks also gives up a 231 average and a 298 on base percentage to right-handed batters. So not too bad, but still Castellanos has good history against him. And also the Phillies are ranked the 5th highest over the past 3 games in on-base percentage, so a good opportunity here for other guys to be on base for him to potentially get RBIs. And my fourth pick can be Luis Robert of the White Sox. Over the past week, he's hitting 348 with a 375 on base percentage. He's hit 4 home runs over the past week. He's going up against Patrick Sandoval, who gives up a 261 average and a 327 on base percentage to right-handed batters. And the Chicago White Sox over the past 3 games have been the 4th worst on getting on base and the worst this season on getting on base. So I would look more at like a total bases. He's just not going to have as many guys on base as other teams would. So he's kind of doing a lot by himself, and his teammates aren't helping them out. So, and this is halfway through, so I do want to point out my partner, my oldest partner, JOCKMKT. Use promo code FINDAROUND11. They'll match your first deposit up to $100. They are a player prop app. They don't have fantasy score. They have mostly hits, runs, and RBIs is what I like for for batters on there. They also do a trading players like stocks type of game that is available in more states than the player props are. But it's just another app for you to get a $100 deposit match and to play around. I do like that they have less hooks than a lot of other player prop apps, and you do get a lot of pushes, but those are player props where you would have got hooked on the 0.5. I'd rather have a push instead of lose by 0.5. So I'll have the link in the pinned comment for them. And now my final 4 picks. This is going to be an interesting one. I've never done this before for baseball, but now that I'm looking at on base percentage and I'm looking at the scores of the game currently and what's been going on, the Texas Rangers have been on fire. Over the past 3 games, they have the second most players getting on base and the most players getting on base this season. They are first in that, and they have 4 players who are hitting 345 average or higher over the past week. So I'm going to point out all 4 of these guys because, as I was doing the research, 3 of these guys already had hits. A couple of them already hit home runs, and they're just on fire right now. They'll be going up against Reese Olson of the Detroit Tigers. I looked at his numbers, and his averages against right-handed batters and left-handed batters is actually pretty good. But then I looked at the teams he played against. He's in the Central Division, which isn't a very good division. Sorry to my Guardians. So he put up good numbers against the Twins, put up good numbers against the Royals. But then I saw he played Atlanta. When he played Atlanta, he pitched for 3 1/3 inning. He gave up 5 hits and 7 runs, and 6 of them were earned runs. So he didn't do too well, and now he's got this scorching hot Texas Rangers that he's got to pitch against. So I'm looking for a good game for the Rangers. So you could go with hits, runs, and RBIs and fantasy score because they're just playing off of each other. So the 4 hottest batters for them, I'm just going to rattle off their names and their averages. So Marcus Semien, he's been hitting 345 average with a 367 on base percentage. Nathaniel Lowe, 400 average with a 571 on base percentage. That means he's getting a lot of walks. So fantasy scores possibly good for him because they do give you points for walks for that. If you do something like total bases, you're not going to get anything for a walk. Jonah Him, he's hitting 400 with a 429 on base percentage. And Ezekiel Duran, he's hitting 417 average and on base percentage. So all these guys are hitting 345 or higher. They're all hot right now. They're the best team getting on base. So I feel like you could really just take any of these guys. You could combine them together, or you pick the ones that you like. We'll see if Reese Olson is really the guy who pitched against the Royals and the Twins, or if he's the guy that went against the Braves. So that makes it 8 picks total. And they're really just suggestions based off of data. I know my channel is a lot different than other channels. So if you could, I hope I earned your like. If I do well, I hope I earn your subscription. If you could subscribe to the channel, and if you have a little bit of extra time, can you leave a comment for the algorithm? It helps my channel. I know a lot of people just don't care. They just want to get the picks and go, and that's fine. I know that's why you're here, so I'm going to try to get to those a lot quicker than I was. So I'm going to put all this near the end of the video. So leave a comment if you feel confused by the data. You also leave a comment because I don't know what app you're using or sportsbook you're using, and they're all different with baseball. Like I said, it's not like basketball where you kind of have the same assist prop everywhere, a rebound prop, and you can kind of just pick that one and it goes across the board. With baseball, you have hits, and then a lot of things stem off of the hits. A guy can get a run or an RBI off of that, but if he's not hitting the ball, then he's not really doing any of that. So other than like sacrifice flies and getting walks. So I also have a Discord. The link is in the description. It's a free Discord. It's a great community. People have been asking for WNBA videos, and I got back to work and I'm behind. My team got behind, so not able to put those up because I need time. I need like a big break during work to put those up. So the WNBA section in the Discord, those guys have been great. They've been putting up great picks. There's a lot of guys who know the sport well, and just hop in there. And you don't have to join the conversation. You can just you can watch and follow their picks, or you can ask questions and get some WNBA picks if that's what you're into. So I don't charge for any of this information. If you do well with them and you feel like giving back, I have a Cash App and a Venmo in the description, and you can donate back to the channels. And also, I will try to make it a routine in the morning, have a quick 1-minute video of picks strictly based off of data, and not based off of matchups like this. It's going to be based off of probability from Outlier. They've been doing well, so I'll try to get those out in the morning. They could be completely different picks than what these are based off of matchups. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I know you guys were definitely getting annoyed. If I was getting annoyed by it 6 months into it, you guys were probably annoyed by it at the very beginning. I'm sure, I know a lot of you just skip through it, and it doesn't really mean much, and I was just wasting my breath. But thank you all for watching. God bless you all. It's the final round, as you know, and my name is Jordan. If you're new to this channel, I'm glad you're here. So I will catch you on the next one. Bye.